I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG printer, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. And sign fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off post chain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.
All right. Okay. Welcome to another live stream. I'm R2R, Wreck to Riches, Rich to Wrecked, Rich to Wrecked, Wreck to Riches, back and forth, teeter-tottering, depending on what cycle you're in, right? Depending on what cycle you're in. Maybe you woke up out of the last bull run and you're down big and you're like, we need another one. Right now, it's been real bad. It's been bad. Oh, my God. Still got popcorn stuck in my throat. When I end this stream, I have to hit at the liquor store. I'm addicted to chewing tobacco. I chew lip 24/7 now. It feels weird not having lip. And I just started doing it. It's been 20 years since I've done lip. Addicted all over. Let's get into the show, though. Don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. Always remember, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer or any social media network out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could lose it all. All right? You could lose everything. Now, the only things I'm excited about right now, well, there's three. If you include my sponsor, the official sponsor of the R2R live streams and video content, DexFi. Go to dexfi.com/bonds. And the reason why we're picking up on this sustainable energy, I want to call it sustainable energy, sustainable growth, something that's being implemented into this printer we call Plazm, thanks to DexFi, where if you head over on Base, where Plazm's at, the home of DexFi's bonds, you can get passive exposure to the strategies that they use, right? With complete expert entry, exit timing, precision managed liquidity, and range settings all done for you. You get your Ethereum, you mint your bonds. We've watched this grow, guys, from $138,000 in the funds to $2,182,575 in the funds. That's minted 13,803 bonds. And they have paid a whopping $473,578 from earning real yield. By the way, real yield. Can anyone say real yield and put that in the same sentence in any cryptocurrency project that you know of? Do you guys know any other DeFi dApp or project that you can put yada yada yada, blah blah blah, real yield in the same sentence or even in the same paragraph? But thanks to what we have here, creating real yield has paid their users that whopping $473,578 in USDC. Gosh, my kids are fighting like crazy right now. You hear the background noise? I think they fight over things that are not toys more than they fight with toys. Like a box. A diaper box is like they fight over a diaper box. It's crazy. But anyways, I love to jump in that little box and act like it's a car. APR is 145.54% right now. And this is all being paid out to the users that hold the bonds, the treasury bonds, the investors, the holders of the NFTs, all right, in real yield. Then that leads us to Plazm. It all comes together. It all comes together. It all comes together. Damn, how you get sponsorship? Send me the what's going on? Hey, you know what? Plazm, though, guys. We're looking at my profile here. It was the first day of payouts. The first day of payouts. And we've seen, if you've been around the block, you've seen this model before, right? So just like a car, you've seen this model car, and then, you know, they go and add all this additions to it. And then you see the next version come out every year. Things get better. Things in blockchain are supposed to evolve and get better. The one thing that has not been done is everyone talks about sustainability. Oh, we've done this tokenomic and this tweak and this tweak there and this and that. This is what's really going to make a big difference, right? And what turns out to happen is it all collapses the same way, same story over and over. So coming from this idea being birthed in the Titan-X ecosystem with buy and burns, it's been an interesting concept that has brought a lot of money into a lot of those platforms that have gone nowhere. But now, right, this buy and burn is backed by DeFi's bond, and it's going to be in the realm of like real yield coming in. Don't have to worry about the buy and burn being depleted. Real yield coming in, you don't have to worry about gosh, my kids are screaming like crazy. They're distracting me. Always the case. Anyways, that's why I normally stream at night, because the house is so chaotic. If you had 5 kids, you would know. It's just like, gosh, I haven't watched the TV show in a minute. I can't. They don't let me. Anyways, have you ever been able to say or express real yield is going to come back your buy and burn and keep it from depleting? In this case, no, you've never been able to see that happen. We've never been able to see that happen. And it's insane. It's insane because now for the first time ever, we have that ability to say that out loud in the same sentence. So I just know, right, that in the case that we're in today, in the scenario that we're in today, we have something truly unique and special, and we're going to drive it home and make these gains. So let's take a look at my profile. You see my picture right there, right? Picture right there. Little AI Thomas G right there. Check them out. I got 3 positions. I did 2 yesterday on the live stream. I did a tutorial video on how to start your creations last night. All right. So 3 positions. Total Plazm earned is 72.64. Total principal, 25.7. All right. So, oh wait, the create principles right here, 25.7 created. So that's what I created with these 3 positions up front. This is what I've earned so far on top of that. So that's create plus your stake principal. And we just got paid out like 1.2 million collectively through this pool in Plazm tokens, which if we take a look at the price of Plazm right now, which is paired with eShare, $11.82 went up. It goes mega up. Now we're here. Now the buy and burn is going to do its thing, always going on and on and on, and it's going to have the backing of DeFi. Real yield, okay? My cost was $229.45 in Ethereum. My ROI is 406% day one. That's $932. So cost is $229, value is $1,160. I did all 77-day links as well. Link is in the description, by the way. Link is in the description. I'm excited about DeFi again. And I tried to get as excited as I can be in DeFi over on Pulse Chain, and I got let down hard. Pulse Chain is just such a tough spot to bring anything to the table. Right? To bring anything to the table. Reason being, I don't know. People over there just hate on everything. You can't it's hard to say. Like maybe in another universe, DeFi can pop over there, but hey, we got base. We got BSC where things are popping. I'm only excited about those, a few things. DexFi, I've been excited for months now. Plazm and Astrodex, farming it, going out there and farming it. I got liquidated hard this morning, man. Still got an itty bitty amount in there. I'm just like, let me just buy spot and hold. You can't play with that leverage. You'll get wrecked, bro. It's hard. So, but I'm still farming. Still farming. All right. So here we go. Up here, look at the earn page. We demonstrated this on camera. Watch the tutorial from last night. We created some stakes, right? Not some stakes. We created Plazm token. Key thing. We created Plazm. Okay. I can create one right now, but let's take a look at the stats first. Balance right now in E shares $32,150. Next buy and burn, it can be triggered here every 10 minutes. You know, next buy and burn is like $2.23. Right? If you guys seen this before, buy Plazm with USDC, and it burns it as well. You have the buy and build, $75,000 in E share. Here's the stats right here we want to focus on for the next payout. Remember our percentages. When you create your Plazm, just like if you did Torres, right? If you did Torres, you're a pro at this. You know what to do. Now, Torres was like a mastermind concept. We were all like, oh my gosh, like, this is really cool. You know, like, okay, we were seeing a bigger picture. But again, the same story over and over of the long haul of things. Nothing's ever been able to touch base and bring into that circle of their DeFi platform, Real Yield. That's where DexFi stands out. So these tokens get distributed on a daily basis. We got our tokens today. Tomorrow, day 2, 99,920 Plazm will be paid out to the holders, the creators, the people who have created positions between 1 to 77 days, right? The people who have created positions between days 1 to 77 will be splitting this pot daily. The more you put in, the more shares you get. The longer days you go from 1 to 77, 77 being max, gets the most shares, plus the additional, you know, more money you put. So if I put $10 or I put $100 for 77 days versus somebody who puts $1,000 for 77 days, the person with the more and with the $1,000 is going to get more shares, and their daily payout's going to be more Plazm, right? That means more tokens come out every day. So as we stretch this out, right, let's look down the road 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, right? Because we've already seen this unfold with Torres. We saw Torres go all the way down. It's like 12 cents right now, right? But it has its buy and burn. However, its ecosystem is connected to TitanX, which TitanX, their buy and burn is completely frozen and not being used, the V2 or the V1, whichever one it is, I forget, the V1. Okay? I believe it's the V1. Can't remember. It's paused, right? It's paused. In this case, this is going to continue to go, and then we don't have to worry about the impletion because of the mix of what DexFi is doing to bring to the table. We're going to get into those details more. So you look at the pie here, 79% of the supply is in LP. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. What is that? What percentage is that? 6% of the Plazm is staked. 16% of the Plazm is liquid. And then right here, what's the percentage right here? Plazm burned. 15.13 Plazm? Oh no, it represents this little window right here. Let me see if I can read right here. Plazm burned. 0.08% Plazm burned so far. So these buying burns, right? It's going to be interesting to see the consistency of burning the token that helps with the price as the price goes down because more tokens are going into circulation, but seeing that being beefed up through the real yield. This is going to be like the story to be told on like, okay, this is the major difference. Real yield is here. Congratulations. It's an evolving flywheel between DexFi and Plazm that's extremely, like, the feeling I have is extremely bullish and excited, because now it's like, okay, I have this great idea that I invested in, like the Torres and Unity, but then something different was implemented that we have been watching for months work in real time. I just feel like the unknowns are the most exciting things in life. And now that it has basically not been an unknown, it's been like a never done before when real yield mixes with DeFi like this. It's exciting to see what happens 2 to 3 weeks down the road when inflation, the more supply that comes out and the buy and burn being triggered and then sustained with DexFi real yield. That's exciting. So the DexFi vault stats are right here. Vault ETH, 30.8 ETH, right? That's vault USD balance, 127,000. The P&L is 128,063. Total claim profits, $399. So you can see all the stats here, okay? This is where you buy it. Oh, you can buy it here. I'm not buying. I'm only creating, by the way. I'm only creating, okay? I am only creating. Let's see. No, this goes back to my this goes to the white paper. And that's the key difference too. Says it right here. It says it right here, and I talked about it earlier. No longer are the days of depleting, buy and burn, or relying on others to buy at a higher price than you did. Just think about that. We have always relied and been like, buy my bags, buy my bags. That's why everyone's on shill mode on everything in crypto. Oh my God, it's going to $20. Buy today. If you don't buy now, you're going to miss out. If you know, you know, right? That's where all that emotions come from. All that stuff that it snowballs on social media. And it's basically a cry out to buy my bag. Okay? So no more relying on others to buy at a higher price than you did. Instead, this is a perpetual current where token creation is simple, secure, and renewable. Every action feeds our treasury, generating yield through concentrated liquidity, providing on other assets, bringing that yield back to buy and burn, sustainability without ever depleting the reserves. Okay? And that's DexFi right here, which we can go take a look at DexFi right here. Go look on DBank at their wallet. Look where the real yield comes from on chain, because maybe some people out there do claim they have real yield. Like, we got real yield. Not very many will get away with it without being not transparent about it. And maybe they say it, but it's not. And they're like, yeah, it's behind the scenes, like our secret sauce, but like, we can't show you guys because, this is the technology that we don't want. It's proprietary. Like, no, this is on chain, in your face. The real yield that is going to go into a DeFi platform, all right, that has a buy and burn. Okay? That has a freaking buy and burn that it's feeding into. So we take a look. You want to go, well, what's DexFi buying and where's this yield coming from? Hold your horses. You go to dexfi.com/bonds. First, you want to mint an NFT if you want to get in on the action. And then you come here and you take a look at their positions in these vaults and the liquidity providing and the position amounts and, what they're earning, where the money's going. You can go look at every transaction. That's why it's linked there for transparency. That's the whole purpose. So you can see with your very eyes, with the undeniable facts that are on chain, where the yield is coming from. Right? None of this, where did the ETH go? Oh, real yield's happening on the back end. We don't want to show you for security and it's proprietary tech. We don't want anybody else to come up with that. You've heard everything before something ends up scamming or failing, right? And you can go to the transactions and you can see it all happening. Mints, receiving this, that, deposits, where it's all going. Track it. You start tracking it, you'll get real excited because you see the LPs are being built. Plazm has a ton of bonds it's investing in that's going to be paying the buy and burn. it's just also like, it's a relief to finally have something like that. You know, just to finally have transparency with real yield. Now, if you could find that anywhere else with a DeFi app, tell me, and I'll talk about it. But none that I know of. None of the stuff that I know of has this. Okay, not at all. We were just here on Deck Screener, right, taking a look at everything that's 100%, you know, being transparent. That's all crypto was designed to be, is transparent with the users, with the people that use blockchain. We want to know where money's going. We want to be able to see it. We want to be able to identify it in real time, what's happening. And that's by design, was the very beginning of crypto. Now that we've evolved into DeFi and decentralized finance, we want to see, like, where does the money go? And a lot of the times the money goes into like these Genesis wallets. The money goes into other people's hands that are not good actors. And we could see, regardless, that Plazm, you know, is not like a brand spanking new concept. It took a very good idea and concept and just filled in the gap, which was the little hole, all right, that you have that becomes the issue. Now, there's no reason to go out there and FUD Torres or say anything bad. Matter of fact, you know, DexFi opens the doors to anybody who wants to utilize their protocol's real yield, even meme tokens. They've done it on different chains and even Pulse chain. So if the developer of Torres wanted to transition to this design to make it unique and that much better, they could reach out and do that. It helps everybody. It helps Plazm. It helps Torres. You know what I mean? It's an open book. It's an opportunity to do things different. So that's why a monster was born. A star was born. The first of its kind. The link is in the description. If you're in DeFi, right, you love stuff like this. A lot of you guys love stuff like this. It's like a I can't pass up opportunity. Okay. The buy Plazm with eShare on the buy and build is interesting though, because this is building liquidity, right? And we're doing things on this end as well. So tomorrow's payout is going to be interesting, right? Which is going to be based off your shares. If we go to my profile, let's go to my creations. This is where you would create, right? You would choose the amount of ETH you want to go in with, the length, and we can go take a look at the ones I made right here. So this one, for example, 77 days, right? 1.25% progress. It's only day 1 out of 77. Powers 106. Created like right off the bat, 10.6. Created up front. Still locked in for 77 days. Start dates here. End date. That's right a couple weeks before Christmas. So I'm doing 77-day ladders. Every single day I'm creating Plazm. So I did mine yesterday and I did one for tutorial that'll count for today. I can make one right now just to show as an example. I can make one right now. Don't have much in the wallet. We'll do, because big or small, I'm going to do them all. The key thing for me is doing them every day, because I'm not thinking about gains tomorrow or the next 2 weeks. As you saw, that one right now we saw, for example, I'll get paid for that in December, 2 weeks before Christmas. So I'm thinking about my money. The way I'm treating my money and my investment is investing into this to pay me later, with the excitement of the real yield mechanic being a game changer. And for that reason, being the difference between, you know, success and failure during that time frame of between 1 to 77 days. Where did the ETH go? Ask RH. He'll never tell you. You're not supposed to know, right? That's what he says. But then he says DeFi is transparency, and then it's privacy. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that dude. So created plus earned, right? So I created, it made 10.6 tokens and earned 29.96 after day 1 payout. That's why it only has 62,850 shares. and this one's up 381%. So $99.52 in ETH to make. It's worth 479.43. Tomorrow it'd be worth double or triple depending on the amount of tokens I get. Because every day for 77 days, I'm going to get paid to those creations are going to drop into the bucket based off the daily payout. All right. So let's take a look here. We'll make a small one. Like I said, make a big or small every day. Maybe one day I make a 500, 1,000. We'll see. I've already made a few. So what is that in ETH right now? Boom, boom, boom. So just to show you, we'll do like a $15 one or $18, whatever. That one's worth 18. So it would create, and I'm using Ethereum. All right, I'm not worried about the power. Going in with ETH, 77 days max. Right off the bat, it makes 1.9. Plazm, it's worth $22. The estimate over the 77-day term is 408.6. That's valued today at 4,830. Plazm shares 11,000. Clicking the standard, making them for examples of just doing this live on camera. I've already made a tutorial doing this where I did $100. I did them live yesterday too. But I make them every day. Big or small, make them all. Right? But just to use as a prime example, we'll take a look at the one that we just made right now. I should update. Here we go, right here. Current ROI 21.7. Made the 1.9 up front. Hasn't earned anything because it will not earn anything until tomorrow's payout after day 2. These other ones have earned already. The $39 one, 45 power, 4.5 Plazm created up front. 12.72 is earned so far. Created plus earned. Right? $39 worth $203. And we're watching this. As we watch this grow, like the more money that comes into this, the more powerful it becomes. Sit back and watch these numbers here, and here grow daily. I watched this grow from last night when I started watching it from 21 ETH to 30.7 Ethereum. We're going to watch a monster grow in real time. Some people are too scared to do this stuff, and I get it. But this ain't what you've been doing. This ain't Torres. This is Torres on steroids, if that's what you want to call it. But it's done with a backing of true yield. So it's a matter of time until we start to see that evolve. Reading. Oh my God, man! I'm reading a comment in R2R right now. My buddy's such a troll. Who's in the chat? Any questions in the chat? Any questions about how the real yield operates and brings it here? Basically, money's making bonds. The more bonds it makes, the more money it makes in yields. That could be added to that's being added to Plazm for the buy and burn, so it doesn't deplete, to continue to burn. So literally at certain numbers, if you do some calculations, if this were to grow, right, and let's say reach the numbers that the other platforms have done, then we're talking a substantial amount of money that will be flowing into this and cycling as a true flywheel. There's flywheels and then there's true flywheels. This one's a true flywheel. True because of yield, true yield, real yield. And I laugh at the fact that most people will actually pass on this and would rather go into something that's straight high risk, high reward and like no real yield. They don't got a problem putting 10K into something that doesn't have real yield at all. Now, for the first time ever, you got something you never dealt with before, and I don't think people know what to do with it. I think it's growing, and every day it's going to get bigger. but there's people that are sleeping on it that would throw in 10 grand on something that was straight Ponzi right away. No questions asked. And everything you have to imagine, okay? Everything in crypto that doesn't have real yield backing would make it a Ponzi. Now that day one is completed, are the returns shown locked for the stake, or can it still change? The value of the token determines the value of that creation, right? But the amount of tokens you earned is locked, that you earn daily. So to keep up with your shares, right? And to get a bigger piece of the pie every day, because this pool pays out less daily. It becomes harder to create Plazm. And not only does the difficulty of creating Plazm become harder, it also, the amount dropped. So yesterday's day one payout paid 100,000 Plazm. Day two's payout pays 99,920 Plazm. So that goes down every single day. Every single day it goes down. We can take a look here in the docs. So the Plazm pool releases rewards daily to all create and stake positions with the ecosystem based on shares, total shares in the ecosystem. Initial daily rewards is 100,000 day one. So the decay on that pool breaks down, decreases 0.8% per day. Participation effect, fewer total shares, higher per share ROI, more shares, diluted ROI. So that means that the less people that participate on any given day, the bigger the payout for you based off the shares. And it's one of those things where there's high participation and it's a lower amount. So this is going to be interesting to watch unfold. For the first time ever, you're seeing things done the right way. And I have to call out that everything that doesn't use real yield has to be a Ponzi, because it's just 100% based on new money coming in and somebody willing to buy above the price that you entered at, right? Anything can be hot for the first week and bring new users, but then can it continue to go on? And then does it have to continue to have people buy at a higher price than them for people to make money? So now that you have real yield, that puts it out of the Ponzi range. And then you go and look back on anything that you're in that doesn't have real yield, and you go, holy smokes, I'm 15, 20 G's in the Ponzi. Why? Because there's no real yield. Okay, so that's a big difference. I think once people realize that, then there will be a lot more money coming in, because right now they have been in nothing. Some people are more willing to put money in Ponzi's, or they've been burned by Ponzi's that don't have real yield and have just gone down under, right? Even at that, the timing could be wrong. The timing could be better than ever for Plazm as far as its launch, where we might be getting, heading into this bull run that everyone's talking about. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because it could have been the play to get in now, to go into this now before Ethereum does go to new all-time high, if you truly believe Ethereum goes to all-time high again and beyond that point. If you believe in a $6,000-$7,000 Ethereum, then you entered Plazm when it was only $4,200, right? And Plazm, in my opinion, is going to gain a lot of respect out there in crypto. I think right now we're at that phase where DeFi is barely kicking the doors down again. It's been a cool minute, and we're going to be able to see in real time things unfold. But right, and I have my links in the description. You can do referrals too for marketers. I wanted to show people this. I have 10 people underneath me. So if you're marketing or you have friends, you can see everybody there too. You earn about 2% of the ETH they enter with, right? When they go in with ETH. So that right there is the marketing. That's the marketing right there. People are going to want to talk about this because of that. That's why Asterdex with the team building and the referrals is so massive. Everybody on Twitter is shilling their trading teams, right? So referrals are the best form of marketing that a project could possibly do. But then you add real yield to that, you add some twist to the madness, and you're just gonna sit back and watch things unfold, right? For the first time this has ever been done. Focus on this number here. It was at 30.7 ETH. Let me just refresh it. As the days go by, you're gonna start to see, okay, I get what's going on here. Okay, I see the money. I see where the money's going. I see how it's being used. I see the difference. I see the real yield. It's all there for you to do your homework. Come over here and start to follow the money. If you need to know where the money's coming from, go to DexFi's bond page, click on DBank, and enjoy the show. Because finally you can start to see where the money's coming from. And that, to me, is the most important thing that could have changed. Now, I hope it changes things for the better. Where projects that want to release a DApp go, hey, you know what? People are talking about Plazm and they're talking about the real yield. Let's reach out to them and utilize their treasury bond as well. Bring real yield. And it's like it's like a business model DApp. When I say business model, I mean they're generating revenue. All right? Like a business does. They're generating revenue to create sustainability. They're generating revenue for a buy and burn that's going to benefit your token because more of it gets bought and burned. And that's what makes it more valuable once it becomes more scarce. So it's going to be a learning curve for people to understand what's happening in real time. So I'm going to be doing content on this like crazy because I'm like super bullish and excited for it. And, can't wait to continue to go on and just go, hey, another video, because we're going to make content from here on out. I'm bringing things to like tightening up things, right? I'm not going to be too spread out. Be doing working on that AstroDex airdrop. Everything I can do from staking to buying spot, anything I can do on AstroDex to earn the airdrop that happens on October the 5th, that's all I want to focus on, right? And then when it comes to dApps, if I'm going to talk about one every day, which I'm going to talk about Plazm all day, every day, because it's going to be nothing but AstroDex and nothing but Plazm, I'm only going to pay my respects and continue to talk about it on the level that I'm going to speak about it because of the real yield. It's earned that right to be in the conversation consistently because it's that much different, right? And once people appreciate that, right, and we go to day 2, day 3, more and more people will flock. More and people will come. But it's not one of those things where I'm worried about the growth at this point. I'm more worried about, my position, getting more shares, doing my ladders, doing my thing, not worried about what anybody else is saying. There will be people that say bad things. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Worry about what I'm doing. And every day the strategies is make a ladder and then increase that position. Maybe I do 100 a day and then boom, two days in a row, 200, 300, back to 100, but keep doing them every day because when Christmas comes, because my first one comes out the 15th, December 15th payout, December 16th payout, December 17th payout, 18th, 19th, Christmas Eve, Christmas, Happy New Year's, DexFi has grown this much, Plazm's this much, and we're getting paid out. Maybe I want to get paid out 3 times on Christmas, right? I can ladder it to make that happen. The power is in my hands. And if anybody wants to call it, oh, well, that's a Ponzi, I got real yield. I got real yield back in this, homeboy. Do you want the link? I could send you the link, right? I got real yield that's back in this. Would you like to see the link? Right? So we're going to be taking a look here at DexFi constantly on DBank, right? Constantly looking here. We're going to constantly be looking at this yield grow and go to work. We're going to watch the numbers. We're going to just have fun. Bring DeFi back. DeFi needs to be back. DeFi needs to be back. It needs to be back with the vengeance, right? With the vengeance. And I'm not heavy in base, so that's why I'm excited about it. Now on base, I got Plazm, and I'm going to add some more things and really grow on base chain, because I think there was I forget the name of the meme token that onboarded a lot of people to base, and I just wasn't about it. But now I'm officially, going to be moving money over to base to get into Plazm daily and enjoy the show, man. I mean, I'm gonna have a good old time over here, right? So go out there, links in the description. Now I have 4 positions you can see here. We'll watch the money grow. We'll watch it print. Links in the description. Pound that like button. Pound that like button if you like real yield. Pound your chest. Say it with your chest if you like that. If you like that real yield. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand. Heart to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off post chain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.